Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Eliza Petrie. The conclave has elected Robert Prevost as the new pope to lead the Catholic Church, the first American pontiff in history. Prevost's papal name is now Pope Leo XIV. The American is 69 years old and was born in Chicago. He served as the head of Pope Francis's main advisory group on picking new bishops. He served as a missionary in Peru at the start of his career and then moved to leadership positions in the Vatican. And Pope Leo XIV delivered his first speech before the thousands of people gathered in St. Peter's Square and more than 1.4 billion Catholics around the world.
God loves everyone. Evil will not prevail. We are all in the hands of God.
The new American Pope thanks Francis. He says he envisions a, quote, missionary church, a church that builds bridges and dialogue, always ready to accept, end quote. And learning the Pope is a Chicago native and will be the first American to assume the position has one local Catholic high school celebrating the news. Fox Illinois' Monique Davis spent some time at Sacred Heart Griffin this afternoon to see how they're marking the occasion. Monique.
That's right. The president of Sacred Heart Griffin Catholic High School, William Mordock, tells me the school has been buzzing with excitement all day. Mordock says there were TVs on throughout the school, and in his words, the school went bonkers when they heard Pope Leo XIV was American. Mordock believes this new pope will energize Springfield and Catholics around the country.
I think this is going to be a pope who draws people in. You know, he's relatively young, 69 years old. I think you're going to see a resurgence in interest and enthusiasm and in connectedness with the church and with religion in the United States especially.
Mordock says he hopes this new pope will cause more people to pay attention to religion and their spirituality. He also believes Pope Leo XIV will use new communication tactics with other popes that previous popes haven't used. Reporting in studio, I'm Monique Davis. Back to you.
Thank you, Monique. And Bishop Paprocki of the Diocese of Springfield releasing a statement following the announcement that reads in part, quote, "This moment fills the hearts of the faithful with renewed hope as the church receives a new vicar of Christ, a shepherd to lead us in truth, charity, and love," end quote. And coming up on our sister station, News Channel 20, we will hear the reactions from high school students about the new pope. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Eliza Petrie. The newly elected leader of the Catholic Church, Pope Leo XIV, delivers his first speech before the thousands of people gathered in St. Peter's Square and more than 1.4 billion Catholics around the world.
God loves everyone. Evil will not prevail. We are all in the hands of God.
Leo says he wants to continue the blessing the late Pope Francis gave Easter Sunday, one day before his passing. The new American Pope thanks Francis. He says he envisions a missionary church, a church that builds bridges and dialogue, always ready to accept. And Chicago native Robert Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, officially assumed his position Thursday afternoon. Fox Illinois' Monique Davis spent some time at a Springfield Catholic high school to see how they're reacting to the news. Monique?
That's right. I spent some time with 3 Sacred Heart Griffin High School seniors, and they tell me they were on the edge of their seats, waiting with excitement for the new pope to be revealed.
So we have the first American pope of all time, the former Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, a native of Chicago.
Robert Prevost, now known as Pope Leo XIV, made history as the first American pope. Sacred Heart Griffin High School senior Molly Tucker says this will be a moment she'll never forget.
When Pope Francis was elected, we were in kindergarten. I was in kindergarten. Being able to watch the new pope come into his position just, on my almost last day of senior year was kind of a full circle moment.
Tucker says Pope Francis left some big shoes to fill, but she's confident Pope Leo XIV will do a great job.
It's definitely going to help spark interest in the Catholic Church among Americans for sure, bring a different perspective, especially with all of his missionary work.
Sacred Heart Griffin Sr. Nora Long says there were whispers of who the next pope might be, but once they found out he was American, it sparked motivation.
He's just like us. Like, we could get to that position. Like, our faith could really take us anywhere, so it was really fun.
Sacred Heart Griffin Sr. Maggie Rotring says her physics teacher completely stopped her class to watch the announcement.
I just think it's really cool that, especially like while we're seniors, and this is such like a big transition for our life, especially that he's coming in right now. He's gonna be able to kind of interconnect America with the Catholic Church better.
Long says when she was walking to her classes, she could hear everyone in each room waiting for the curtains to open and for the Pope to be revealed. Reporting in studio, I'm Monique Davis. Back to you.
Thank you, Monique. SHG's president, Dr. William Mourdock, says he hopes this new pope will cause more people to pay attention to religion and their spirituality. And more details are coming in about the new pope. For the Archdiocese of Chicago, one question remains unanswered.
The fact that the Pope, Leo XIV, or Cardinal then, Robert Prevost, was born in Chicago on the South Side, is he a Chicago White Sox fan?
That was Reverend Gregory Shakovich at the Holy Name Cathedral in Chicago, giving his reaction to the newly named pope. He believes the pontiff's roots in the city and his time abroad will dictate how he will lead the Catholic Church.
The fact that he was born in Chicago, American raised, but spent time in Rome, also in Latin America, means he's got great diversity and background and would be heavily into social justice, speaking as a voice for the poor.
Reverend Sokovich suggests the Pope was well known among the voting cardinals since he previously oversaw the selection of new bishops worldwide. And State Representative Maurice West responding to the election of Pope Leo XIV, saying in part, quote, "This is a historic and monumental day for Illinoisans and for Catholics around the world. To have the first American Pope come from Illinois is both humbling and inspiring," end quote. And Senator John Curran also responding, saying in part, quote, "I am beyond proud that church leaders chose an Illinoisan as the first American to lead the Catholic Church around the world," end quote.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to watch more videos from Fox Illinois.